Today we're taking a look at these NCAAF matches, which are happening on Tuesday, January 4, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. LSU vs Kansas State. The Kansas State Wildcats finished the regular season with a record of 7-5 overall and 4-5 in the Big 12, which placed them 5th in the conference. The Wildcats had things rolling for a stretch in the second half of the season, winning 4 straight, but then they stumbled at the finish line, losing their last 2. One loss was to 7th-ranked Baylor, the other was a loss at Texas. The Wildcats averaged 26.3 points per game, which is 83rd on the season. They average 161.5 yards per game rushing, which is 67th in the country. LSU was in a bit of disarray with the whole coaching situation after Orgeron stepped down and going with an interim coach. Things are a bit murkier now with 2 defensive studs, linebacker Damon Clark and defensive tackle Neil Farrell, both opting out of this game to prepare for the NFL draft. Meanwhile, Kansas State looks to be at full strength, and the hope is that Thompson will be back under center for this one. Led by Vaughn's versatility offensively, you have to think that Kansas State has the upper hand here. The LSU Tigers finished the regular season with a record of 6-6 overall and 3-5 in the SEC. That put them in a tie for last place in the SEC West. It has been a weird season for the Tigers as coach Ed Orgeron, who led them to a national championship a few years ago, announced that he is retiring. He coached his last game on November 28, a 27-24 upset win over number 25 ranked Texas A&M. Orgeron won coaching the bowl game, as Brad Davis, the offensive line coach, will be the interim coach for this game. Our first betting advice is to pick Kansas State Wildcats -4. The Wildcats enter this game 98th in the nation in passing offense, as they average 195 yards per game, while they are 68th in rushing offense, with 160.7 yards per contest. Kansas State is 81st in the FBS in scoring offense, with an average of 26.3 points per contest, while they are a solid 25th in scoring defense by surrendering 21.1 points per game. Skylar Thompson is 141 of 205 passing for 1,854 yards with 9 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, while adding 4 scores on the ground. Will Howard is 30 of 55 for 332 yards with 1 touchdown against 1 interception, while contributing 184 yards and 4 scores on the ground. Jaron Lewis is 12 of 23 for 154 yards with 1 score and 2 interceptions. Deuce Vaughn is the lead back as he has piled up 214 carries for 1,258 yards and 15 scores this season. Joe Irvin adds 64 carries for 322 yards and 2 scores on the year as the second back. Vaughn leads the team with 47 receptions for 471 yards and 3 scores. Phillip Brooks, 38 catches, 474 yards, 2 TD, Malik Knowles, 26 grabs, 399 yards, 2 TD, and Daniel Imatorbib, 10 receptions, 279 yards, 2 TD, have each gone over the 250-yard mark this season. Tatum Winkle has hit 22 of 23 extra point attempts and 7 of 9 field goal tries, with a long of 45 this season. Chris Tennant hit all 16 extra point attempts and 5 of 8 field goal tries, with a long of 51. On the year, the Tigers are 29th in the nation in passing offense, with an average of 264.2 yards per game through the air, while they are just 116th in rushing offense, with 109.3 yards per contest. LSU is 79th in the FBS in scoring offense, with an average of 27.1 points per game this season, while the Tigers are 56th in the country in scoring defense by allowing 25.3 points a contest. Max Johnson has completed 225 of 373 passes for 2,815 yards with 27 touchdowns against 6 interceptions. Garrett Nussmeier is 29 of 57 for 329 yards with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions this season in a backup role. Tyrion Davis-Price leads the team on the ground with 211 carries for 1,003 yards and 6 scores this season. Corey Kiner, 65 carries, 271 yards, 2 TD, is in the mix as well. Our second betting advice is to pick under 48. Quick reminder, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the high-stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Kansas vs Oklahoma State. During their out-of-conference schedule, the Jayhawks added strong performances against Michigan State, North Texas and St. John's. However, the Jayhawks looked vulnerable in recent wins against GMU and Stephen F. Austin after a November 26 upset loss versus Dayton. While the Jayhawks are among CBB's top offerings, they aren't a guaranteed cover. Kansas averages 85.2 points per game and allows 66.9. The team's strength is its elite offense and ball movement. The coup defense isn't bad per se, though it can struggle at times with closeouts and securing defensive rebounds. Ochai Agbaji, 20.6, has emerged as Kansas's leading scorer. I am not a fan of this scheduling spot for Oklahoma State. The Cowboys have not played a game in nearly 3 weeks, and now they have to open conference play against the best team in the Big 12. Kansas has won 7 straight games and was able to play a pair of tune-up games last week. The Jayhawks have dominated this series of late, winning 6 of the last 7 meetings. Following their 21-11 NCAA tournament-bound accolades from last season, OK State has struggled recently. After starting 6-1 this fall, the hyped Cowboys lost clout versus Wichita State, Xavier and Houston. Overall, Oklahoma State has 4 current losses. 2 of those setbacks come against ranked opponents, though the other defeats were dealt by mediocre competition, most notably Oakland. With spades of return talent from their overachieving 2020-21 group in tow, the time is now for Mike Boynton's crew to build another big dance resume among one of the nation's toughest conferences. Our first betting advice is to pick Kansas -6. The Cowboys come into this game ranked number 123 in adjusted offensive efficiency. Their biggest weakness has been being careless with the ball, as they are number 317 in turnover percentage. They are number 34 in offensive rebounding rate and are number 59 in 2-point field goal rate. Oklahoma State has not been good from the perimeter, knocking down just 28.4% of its attempts from 3-point range. The Cowboys will be facing a Kansas defense that is number 32 in adjusted efficiency. Guard Avery Anderson III leads Oklahoma State with 12.5 points per game. Guard Bryce Williams is also in double figures, averaging 12.0 points and 3.3 assists. Our second betting advice is to pick over the total. Don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the high-stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice.